Get over to the sideline. Go! Go! Move up! Move up! Troy, move up! Get in short!
What?
Let's go! Call it! Yeah, you can't be over the center.
I don't care about the kick. This right here. Let's go.
Sir! Sir!
zoom in?
Yeah, you can still zoom in. That's autofocus.
Let's go, son. Understand? I got you tight in. Go side. Go side. Go side.
Alright, so you gotta get 1 second. So just come here. Check double guard! Check double guard!
We gotta stay outside. Up there, don't let him block this. Who's everybody else at? Get a stop! Jaden! Get down! Check double back! Nick! Get this wide receiver! Back in the middle, Nick! There you go! There you go! There you go! Who's the other on that side? Who's got the Adrian! Jamil, who's the other on that side? Amani! Hike outside! Ready, man? He had his it's Amani over there. He got in, Amani! Hey, so! Shoot some Marlo! Marlo! So, move out, sir! Right there, Dwayne! Lucas! Move! Move over! Move over! Lucas, crawl right through! Crawl right through! Hey, get him! Get him! Come on, Dick! Come on! Go, boys! So, go to the side! No, get Marlo over there! Jaden, come down! Jaden, go! Right there! Go! There you go!
Come on, guys! Big stop here! Big stop here, guys! Go, guys! Stop!
What's the A-gap?
Now, Lucas, submarine.
Oh my God. Hey, Jake, C, Nick, A-gap. Lucas, slow. Lucas, slow. Hey, what's C-gap? Watch the ball. Hey, so, tell him why to get low. So, Lucas, get low. Lucas, get low. Let's go, boys. Oh, yeah. Hey, Nick! Watch the ball! Nick! They give it to the fullback! Watch the fullback! Hey, Nick! Zero six! All right, good D! Good D! Good D! Hey, Jake! Let's go!
Come on, Brian! Do something here now!
On the ball, Money! Fuck, boy! Jake, let's go! Jack, take it, fake Jack! Fake Jack! Fake Jack!
closer than me. You guys can stand. Tom, you're the play-by-play guy, so maybe better view. We're going to be closer there.
Well, yeah.
Hoping only one of us had to be cold.
Let's go, O-line! One more second.
Oh, they might end up getting cold though. Enough of wind. It's supposed to get a little warmer, but it's the wind is going to be the problem. No, it'll be better around like 12, 1 o'clock. Around 12, 1 o'clock it won't be that bad. It's just that wind. And once you get past that wind part, you're fine. Oh, it's almost halftime. 1 minute warning. This is good. This is really good pace.
Frozen tundra of Atlantic City.
I don't know if you heard what Art said, but it is a cold day here in Atlantic City from Dolphin Field. Hello, everybody. We welcome you to the special presentation of the Sports Farm Showcase. Of course, we have games between the New Jersey Sports Farm teams and the New York All-Star teams. I'm Tom Wilkins, along with Art Elias and Howard Gaber, of course, behind the controls. And this is going to be a very interesting day. We got several games on hand. We're kind of like in the middle of the first one. We had a little bit of delay getting the box and stuff. But Art, we're looking at these special teams here, and they're showing it off here against each other. And it looks like in the early going, we haven't seen any scoring yet in the first game, but it looks like they're going pretty good head-to-head at this point.
Yeah, and the difference between games like this, these aren't quite what they call a showcase game, where there are organizations that have like all-star kids grouped together. These are teams that have been playing together, practicing together.
All right, well, New Jersey is in the silver, and we just saw a pitch on the left side. Now another late flag comes down.
And a second one.
Oh, boy. Might be for the same play. We'll see. But just to let you know, the New Jersey Sports Farm team is in silver with light blue and white numerals, while New York is in black with what looks like golden numerals in the back. And the state of New York as part of the front of the uniform, which I think is a very interesting touch there.
Yes, and as I was saying, Tom, before that play, these teams here, they get to form a team, they get to form a coaching staff, and they have practice time, and some of them even get in a game or two before these type of games here. But when you have like regular showcase games where there's kids from all over the country or all from different states, they get to practice a couple days together, and then they play a game. This is something different. So we should see some good games, good football, because these teams have practiced together and have been together for a little bit.
Okay, well, New Jersey has the ball, their own 40-yard line. They're going to hand it off to the right, and nothing doing this time as New York was right on top of that play. We had a couple of penalties last couple plays. One was against New Jersey. The last one was against New York, which caused them to repeat the down. Might have been an incidental face mask or something. But it looks like they've been hard hitting. And for those who were obviously just joining the feed, but as we were setting up, New York actually had a great chance of scoring early, but New Jersey stood firm and held them at like the 7-yard line. So haven't seen any scoring yet. It's been a pretty good tug of war between these two teams, as right now we're looking at about a 3rd and 20 right now. Where we are here at Dolphin Field, we are basically broadcasting from the 15-yard line. So we are a little bit in angle, but do the best we can and describe. Remember, these are kids, and they're enjoying what they do. Spring football, it feels like early December football weather.
Yeah, this feels like playoff weather in the wintertime here.
Almost, and it was actually 4th down, and I think a timeout was called by New Jersey right before the snap. New York, by the way, in the first half, they used all of their timeouts, and the drive where they came close to scoring, they used 2 of their 3 timeouts in the opening drive, and still were not able to get points.
Yeah, they drove down the field. They actually picked up some extra yardage with a couple penalties. Got down to about the, as you were saying, about the 7 or 6 yard line, and they had a 4th down and goal, and New Jersey held. So that it's 0-0. That was in the first quarter, and just after that. That drive almost took most of the first quarter because they switched over into the second quarter right after that.
And remember, our time is being kept on the field by the official, and this goes for all the games that we are broadcasting here today. From what I see, I mean, this has been a pretty interesting week. I mean, this sports farm event has gone on in multiple locations in Atlantic City throughout this week, dating back to Wednesday games and combines and other things like that. So, I mean, I think this is basically, I don't know if I can say the final exam, but you can call it the grand finale for these age groups that we're going to be seeing throughout today.
Yeah, they've been working hard for the last few days. Again, they've traveled, practiced, and here we go.
All right, and they're going to punt on 4th down, and luckily New Jersey got a good bounce. It wasn't too much of a punt because the wind really held it back. And it ends up landing at about the 45 of New Jersey, so not much of a punt, but New York is going to have some very good field position for their next drive. Old
Glory is blowing pretty hard in the back of the far end zone by the scoreboard, and it almost looks like it's kind of against New Jersey now, but it almost looks like it's blowing across the field. We can feel it up here pretty much coming from our left to right, but it is a good wind out here today, and the turbines off in the distance there are doing their job too.
Yeah, keep in mind where we're broadcasting, we are outside the press box based upon the configurations that we have here, so we apologize if the wind gets into our speakings here. But remember, we're in a spot where basically there's nothing to stop the wind, even with the mini windmills that are blowing not too far away from us. New York with the football. There's number 21 with a nice run to about the 35 and out of bounds. We'll say about the 32-yard line. So decent run there on that particular play. We've been seeing on both sides, especially New York, they've been running the ball more to the outside, trying to, I guess, rely on their speed in order to make things happen.
Yeah, their running backs are very big. They've got good-sized kids. 21, we apologize because this first game doesn't have any rosters, but number 21, very good-sized ball player, and he's really getting it done today.
And whistles are blowing, and their last second substitution, just an official timeout. Looked like a 5-yard gain.
I like the full house backfield by the New York team here. Haven't seen that in a while.
Well, we've seen it a couple of times as we were setting up, and we're going to see how this is executed. But right now, New Jersey has basically had an answer pretty much. All right, here's number 25. They got clipped down, and I mean, this guy's a big back, but sometimes you got to tackle him low, and that's exactly what happened. And obviously, it was almost like an incidental fall down where they just collided.
Yeah, New Jersey's got a heck of a job following the backs in the backfield. They're doing a nice job. It's a nice scheme where where the fullback, the lead back, and the other running back cross to the left, and the running back from the other side comes across and gets the handoff.
on third down, and it looks like a direct snap.
Oh,
and
look at this.
bowling through. Look at this. Crossing into inside the 10 to maybe about the 6-yard line. So that's going to be a first down for sure.
Looks like number 26. That's the fullback. The big
Yeah,
he's
but
a
I
big guy.
think time ran out
Oh, maybe.
because it looks like the New York team and the New Jersey team are gathering up and taking a little snack break as we have hit the half here.
Yeah, they tried the quick hitter with the fullback. You know, I always like to see the fullback. They do a lot of the dirty work in there, blocking, and nice to give the big boys a handoff and see if they can bust one. And he was rumbling there. I thought he was going to go, but they got him down.
Well, remember in the opening drive, New York used 2 of their 3 timeouts, and then they used their last timeout midway through the second quarter. So,
Right. So they had no chance here after, no matter what the time was run, they didn't have a chance to stop the clock.
absolutely right. Getting a little bit crowded, and unfortunately now they're making Bear Bryant an afterthought, but he pieced everything together.
Yeah, he sure did.
And now the next generation has come around with Saban, even with his days at LSU where he was so successful.
Yep.
So, but anyway, you can do a lot better in college, but not as well in the pros. I mean, Jimmy Johnson did both, but Nick Saban, I mean, he was looking to do better in the pros, and then the Dolphins decided to change course, and
Yep.
Alabama came calling, and the rest was history.
Yeah, that's not an easy jump. A lot of college coaches find it very difficult to go in the NFL. I'm interested to see what happens with Urban Meyer, who's been one of the best college coaches that I've ever seen in my time, and we'll see how he does in the NFL the next few years.
Well, only time will tell as to how that goes. But in the meantime, both teams are back on the field to start the second half of play. The New York team is in all black, basically with gold numerals in the back, and they actually have the state of New York on the front of their uniform. As for Jersey, they are in silver uniforms with black pants and basically lightish blue and white numerals to depict as to we can get their numbers. So
Yeah, don't pay attention to the helmets because the young men.
well,
that's
but
from
they're multicolored helmets.
Yeah,
I mean, you
that's
have a
right.
helmet. There's usually not enough helmets, so you bring your own, or
Yep.
there's some stored right there. So might as well just do your part.
I like it. It's not bad. It's not bad. You know, the uniforms are all the same. That's good. The helmets is a little individualization there. Show them where they're from, who they're playing for in their normal everyday time.
All right, well, the ball blew off the tee, so it's going to be a little bit of a squib kick. Now it's a live ball as it went 10 yards, and it went off a New York player, and he's going to go into Jersey territory with the return to the 47-yard line to begin the second half of play. The ball blew off the tee the first time. Now, those of you who follow football, remember, now I wouldn't know of how the kids would do it. If the ball blows off the tee usually twice, then it has to be held the third time for kickoff.
They will hold it. Yep.
Just as long as they don't boot the person over, it goes 10 yards. That would kind of hurt.
That would.
Anyway, New York is starting from the Jersey 47-yard line. I forget what age group this is. I'm thinking it's like the 12-year-old group. I'm not 100% sure.
You know, Tom, it's a great question because I didn't know if they were going in order from the youngest to oldest, which is what they usually do, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, but obviously Sports Farm is the one who sponsored this multi-day event. So
And some good size kids out there right now. So
well, New York lines up in that full house field, and they're going to hand it
there's
off.
the fullback again.
And the fullback will cross his way to about the 40 and still go.
Wow.
And then the whistle blows as the ball comes out. I think forward progress was stopped at the 40, so it's a 7-yard pickup. But I'll tell you what, that's some pretty brute strength. And
Yeah.
when you have a size like that, number one, you got to make sure you hang on to the ball. And number two, to make sure your team is on the upper edge, you have to wear the other side down.
Yeah,
and that's where the second half comes into play with those issues.
Yeah, they came right back to the same play, the fullback dive there, and I guess the coach, he liked what he saw right before the end of the half, so I'll give him another one, see what happens.
They will say a gain of 6. Forward progress was stopped at the 41. So same formation again. 2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line, and this time there's a hole. And good closure as a flag comes down. 21 takes it to the 39, but let's see what the penalty's about.
Yeah, again, that running back comes across the across the formation there, getting the ball from the other side of the. He's lined up to the offense's right and comes left, and you know, it's interesting because I'm looking at New York, and I notice that the quarterback, and it looks like 2 of the backs and maybe 1 or 2 of them have the same helmet on, the green helmet with the same logo. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that those guys probably play together on their same youth team or whatnot, and that helps a little bit too when you've got guys that know each other that are playing on a all-star team like this.
That's very true. By the way, it was a holding call against New York that sent it back 10 yards. So, and it's 10 yards from the spot of the hold. So the ball is going to be at the 49. So 2nd and 12 as they put the same formation. This time they reverse direction. And there's a hole, crossing the 40. Uh-oh, look out, to the 30, to the 20, take it to the White Horse Pike. He can welcome himself into the end zone. However, there's a flag at the 33-yard line.
You know what, Tom? That was I feel bad for the young man, number 21. He got the ref is going to get him for a block in the back, but what happened was he was running so fast. He ran up literally ran into a player. You know, you could tell that he wasn't trying to really block him. They got their feet tangled. They both went down, but unfortunately, it was from behind. So they're gonna call that back on him.
Well, the official hasn't made at
least I think they are anyway. Let's see what happens here.
We're gonna find out. Oh, they're going to call a defensive personal foul, so that's going to count the score for New York.
Then. Okay, so he must have let him go then and didn't call that, because I was watching it from behind and I saw that pile just go down, and the flag came out right after that, so I thought he hit him with it.
Yeah, and it also might have been an illegal block below the knees, probably a dangerous play that I may not have caught, but whatever the case, it's a score for New York. And obviously with no extra points, and I'm assuming it's 1 point for the conversion. I mean, in the league we do in New Jersey, that's what they did. Now they hand it off up the middle, and I think he just got in. Yes, he did.
Yeah, and that's a good, that's a perfect play call, shall we call it. You know, just give it to that big fella and let him rumble right in there.
He definitely did. They definitely gave it to the fullback there, and he gets the conversion, so... And I believe that is the first score for New York. So if that's the case, it's 7-0.
Yep. Yeah, that was, I stood corrected on that play. I was watching it. Once I saw him in the clear going for a touchdown, I like to look behind and see what's going on. And I saw that pile go down, and the ref threw the flag right behind the pile. So I said, it's a shame they're going to get the kid for blocking in the back. But he must have saw something else that we couldn't identify. But it was a personal foul, so...
Well, whatever the case was, it still worked as a score for the New York Sports Farm team. And by the way, it's a 2-point conversion, so we'll make it 8-0 in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, don't forget that leagues do vary. So, I mean, I'm thinking here, now you have to remember when we did our part in Jersey, that the conversions at the 2-pointers are actually 1, and vice versa. So we're trying to get confirmation because remember we start our broadcast like in the middle of the second quarter trying to figure out what the score was.
Oh, okay. That's so he confirmed they did score in the first half then.
Okay, so they did score in the first half. We just didn't broadcast it. So the guess is then I think it's 14-0 then.
Yep.
Unless they made a conversion, which of course I didn't see.
Our cameraman, affectionately nicknamed the Polar Bear, he actually informed us that there was a score by New York going the other way in the beginning of the second quarter. So,
all right, so we missed it. We apologize. So that'll make it 14-0, and they're going to squib kick, live ball after 10 yards, and sliding safely at the 45-yard line. New Jersey will start there. Number 5 just took the ball, just kind of slid like you were opening weekend in baseball, and decided, okay, well, let's start a drive there and see how we can do.
And just to let you know, Tom, my Kansas City Royals opened up the other day with a big win, 15-9 against the Rangers. And,
I think it was Chiefs 14, Cowboys 10.
Oh.
Somebody called it the worst opening day matchup in baseball history.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there
now if they
wasn't-
can only fix the extra inning rule, that would be
There
nice.
wasn't much pitching in that game, but I'll take the win.
Yeah. And my Phillies play this afternoon. Of course, they had a great game on Friday,
They did.
but unfortunately, the extra inning rule's like, okay, let's get out of here. So,
Yeah.
but then again, it's a pandemic, and I guess in some ways we understand, but
Yeah.
everyone's going to question purity. But we're here for football, not baseball here, as it is Easter weekend. And New Jersey, their sports farm team, lines up at the 44-yard line, 1st and 10. Now, they go about a little bit differently. They go with an I formation, and they'll line up with a couple of receivers, but they're going to hand off the middle. There's number 11. And it looked like for a second he was going to pitch it back to the quarterback, but instead he took a hard hit and loses a couple of yards.
Yeah,
so a little hesitation.
The New York team has a pretty stout defensive line there. Got some big fellas up front, so New Jersey's gonna have to loosen things up a little bit. They're 2 scores down. They don't want to get too far down, but they need to generate something on offense to try to make a statement here.
Obviously, on both sides of the ball, it looks like the New York team has a pretty good size advantage.
Yes.
Based upon what we have seen so far. So after the 2-yard loss, it makes it 2nd and 12. New Jersey at their own 42-yard line in the silver uniforms with light blue and white numerals. Again, I formation. This time they spread the receivers, but they're still going to go with a handoff, and they're going to get some positive yardage here to about the 44, back to where they originally started. So they got the 2 yards back.
Yeah, it looks like and I like to see the extra effort. Nobody's going down easy. They're battling in there. They're fighting. They're blocking. It's a good sign.
And I think the most important thing to remember in games like this, I mean, you're probably not going to see these kids again, if not possibly until college. But this is a great experience for everybody. And the bottom line is you're out to have fun, and win or lose, hey, you basically have a wonderful time, and make sure nobody gets hurt. That's really the most important thing to remember.
Yeah, well, you know what? I hope that these young men all are trying to go on to the next level in high school and play for their local high schools. That would be nice to see, and then and then on to college. We'll see what happens.
And it's always entertaining when those things happen. All right, same formation on 3rd down. They're going to go with number 5 on a handoff, and he'll get a couple of yards to about, I guess, the 45. Actually, they're going to give him 1, so it's going to be 4th and long now. The question is, will they punt or will they try going for it down 2 scores?
Yeah, I mean, those inside yards are going to be hard to come by inside here. I don't know if they were trying to, go to the outside or something to loosen something up, but let's see what again, this is a tough situation. It's 4th down, and they really don't want to go down by 3 scores. That would be a tough hill to climb for them. So
we'll see what New Jersey decides to do on what's going to be 4th and 9. Ball spot at their own 45-yard line. Don't mind me, I'm actually hearing some Madonna in my they're playing True Blue for some reason. I'm like, okay, yeah, this is a lifelong Giants fan, so you wonder if it's coincidence here.
yeah.
But it looks like your team is going to be a little bit better, and I think we're going to switch sides as it's 3/4 time, unless there's a timeout.
Yep, that's a
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're switching sides, so it is 3/4 time. And they want to make sure they spot the ball correctly, so he's backing up all the way to the 45-yard line.
And again, the coaches on New Jersey have a couple things to talk about here. They do have the oh, wait a minute now. So they don't have the win now. I was just going to say they may have wanted to try to get that punt off before the end of the quarter. So now they are going against the wind. So it's going to be a tough. That's tough to punt with that because it is strong enough if they get it too high. So. But again, they don't want to go down by 3 scores. So if they don't get a good punt off, New York's going to have excellent field position here. So it's it's kind of 6 of one thing, half a dozen of the other. But
and they're all correct.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what I always say whenever I hear a statement like that.
I like that.
Anyway, I was just trying to adjust my headset as we're going into the final quarter of the first game. First of 6 here at Dolphin Field here on the north side of Atlantic City. Literally right behind us is like ahead of the field is the White Horse Pike Route 30 and a bunch of windmills. I mean, more modified ones because we've been seeing many more of them pop up, especially over the last 20 years.
Yeah, we had a nice room last night at the Borgata.
Well, you did.
Water Club. Yeah, no, I wasn't looking forward to the long ride this morning.
Well, it was a short ride for you, Art. Now on 4th down, they try a little trick play, and it didn't work. So looks like New Jersey is going to turn the ball over on downs, and New York will get their possession again in Jersey territory. Of course, the last time was a 49-yard touchdown run. Let's see what they have up their sleeve this time.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm not sure how much of a trick play that really was because it looked like they were going to go back in punt formation, but the player that I didn't see the kid back in punt formation. They snapped it to.
Well, I believe they went for it and tried to trick
okay.
it, and New York was just ready for that.
Yeah, and again, going inside, they've got to come up with something a little bit more creative than that. I'd like to see them bounce it outside, get some of your speed guys to the edge and see if they could break it because that middle of that D line in New York is tough.
And one thing I noticed, Art, too, is that when we were setting up, there was a play that New Jersey ran. They did a pitch out right. The pitch out was not fast enough, and by the time the running back got the ball, there were 3 New York defenders right there ready to make the tackle for a several-yard loss. Everything's about timing, execution, and being crisp. And, I mean, remember, these are kids, let's not forget.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you have to learn to be more precise in order to get the most positive yards.
Yeah, when you run a toss or a pitch or something like that, that's got to be quick and precise.
Meanwhile, for New York, here's number 5, who I believe had a touchdown earlier.
Oh,
and he
out.
dropped the ball, but he's able to fall right back on it at about the 37-yard line. He did get some positive yards, but New Jersey nearly came up with a big turnover.
Yeah, they had a good group of guys. Everybody kind of converging on the ball, and he had the guy that came in last kind of ripped at the ball out of his arm, and he did get it out. So, but they didn't recover.
All right, so it'll be second and probably about 3.5. The ball is spotted at the 37-yard line. New York, of course, in all black uniforms with gold numerals in the back. They had numbers 5, 22, and 30 as their running backs. And I don't think they've lined up a receiver anywhere in this game. So this time it's 22 with the carry, and he's going to bowl his way over across the 35, and that's probably as far as he gets. Might be enough for a first down depending on the spot.
Yeah, it looks very – I think it's going to be third down. He might be a little short, but it looks as if New York has a bevy of running backs with good size, and they'll be absolutely happy as heck to just go ahead and run the ball into the fourth quarter here and just keep pounding away at it. So they're in no hurry to do anything out of the ordinary for this.
And basically run the clock because our official time is kept on the field. So they'll have a better idea as to how much time is left as there's an official timeout for just to fix equipment up a little bit.
Yeah, the running clock is their friend, New York, right now. So they'll keep running that rock.
With them being ahead 14-0, that's what they want to try and do. And I think both teams realize it is freezing cold. I mean, daylight savings time's happening, and it feels like you're in northern New Hampshire right now for this time of year.
The only saving grace right now is that nice sunshine right above us, because if we didn't have sunshine, we'd be hurting.
Hit as he throws the ball, and the pass is caught at the 20-yard line, and now a flag comes down. The runner is still on his feet, and he finds his way into the end zone. That's a tremendous play, but there is a flag down. We'll see if there was I don't know if there was a roughing the passer, but they're going to rule it. Oh, wow, defensive pass interference, so the goal counts.
Yeah, and I guess the coaches in New York weren't following my script because I just said run the ball, and what do? They come out of the timeout and they throw the ball. So, okay.
And they threw it into the wind, too, which is more amazing. It looked like it was underthrown The gentleman wearing number 0, he had to cut back in to catch it.
Yeah,
and
great
then
catch.
he makes a couple of great moves, forces a couple of missed tackles, and just like that, he scores.
Yeah, and what's the one thing that the fundamental thing about tackling? Don't tackle high. Don't grab around the shoulders. Don't grab around the chest area. You gotta hit the guys low. You gotta drive through a man, and you just drive him out of bed. They had him along the sideline there, and just keep driving your feet, wrap your arms, and hit him low. Don't tackle high. It never works. You're never going to get a man down grabbing him up top.
All right, so that makes the score 20-0 with the great touchdown pass of 35 yards. I mean, that really was a tremendous play. So they'll go for the conversion here. Hand it up to the big guy, number 22, and he has an easy 2-point conversion. So that makes it 22-0 in favor of New York. And I tell you, this New York team has been rather impressive.
No, they're very good. Very, both sides of the ball. Offensively, they are they're running their plays, and they're doing a very good job of it. Defensively, they're not doing anything fancy defensively. They're just getting up and getting in the gaps and stopping that run. Nice job on both sides of the ball for the New York team.
And both teams have played hard. Let's not discount the fact. It's just that New York has executed better than New Jersey has in this game.
Yeah, they have. No, you could see that both these groups of young men have worked very hard. They've practiced. They've studied their plays. It's a good job and they're putting a good product on the field today. You can see that they're all trying very hard.
Right, and by the way, just to clarify the names, it's the New York Elite and the New Jersey Elite.
Okay.
So,
New York Elite,
because I noticed there's somebody from another team on the Jersey side on the front of the uniform says Jersey Elite.
Good
so
observation.
My guess is that all the teams are named Elite.
Okay. That'll work.
They're just from New York and New Jersey. I mean, that's all there is to it. And for right now, I mean, obviously, and I'm thinking this is the 12-year-olds. That would be my guess. I mean, I could be wrong, but the way things look, I mean, you look at the younger ages. If you go like the 8, 9-year-olds, you don't do kickoffs. You start the kickoffs when they're like 10, and then after that, you work your kicking game from there. But you modify things for the younger ones because there's no way a 7-year-old is going to be kicking 40 yards.
Yeah, and you're probably right. This looks like about a 12 and under team. I'm looking off in the distance there, the next team coming on for New York that's warming up behind the benches there, and you could see that those kids are a little bit smaller, and they're probably going to work their way down before they go back up to the older kids.
Well, they do kick this one off, and it'll be taken past a guy at the 30-yard line. He's going to fall on it about the 27. So that's where New Jersey will start.
Yeah, good job by the returner. If you don't field it cleanly, just jump on it. Don't try to make a play out of nothing.
Yeah, and that's exactly the case. I mean, it's one of those things with special teams that you learn from, especially when young. And for New York, what they did, they directionally kicked it, so that way they were able to make sure it did not go out of bounds, because that would probably cost them a good 10 yards plus, depending on where it went out of bounds.
Yep. Kickoff kickers like to drop. Most special teams coaches like their kickers. If you're not going to kick it out of the back of the end zone, go ahead and drop that thing, between the numbers and right around where the numbers are on the field and the sideline. Your kick coverage teams can come down and kind of converge straight from the side and help use the sideline to kind of box that returner in. That's what they usually try to pre-down. Now, nowadays, most kickers are booming it out of the back of the end zone because they moved it up. But even in high school, I see kids that are putting it into the end zone now. So
and I think a lot of it has to deal with how they work their legs. I mean, that's really the whole thing.
Okay, our chief technical advisor, Howard, here just informed us that you're getting a little extra added benefit today with some background music while we're playing while we're broadcasting.
Which
today.
is not our fault, and
No.
we don't own the rights to any of this. So.
No, we do not. No, we don't want to get in trouble. But
That's why we disclaimer, you know.
yeah, very good.
But anyway,
I'll see if New Jersey could. I'd like to see New Jersey maybe get something here in the fourth quarter here, put a score on the board, or maybe get a little something. Make them feel better on the offensive side. It looks like they've got a lot of tall, lean kids that got some speed there. So we'll see if they get something going.
all right, on 1st and 10, they are going with
reverse.
a little bit of a misdirection, and there's a flag down as it was a good tackle on the play, and it's possible we may have had an illegal formation or illegal motion because the flag went right away. No, it's going to be holding. I beg your pardon, and it's going to be against New Jersey. They just can't seem to get a break. I mean,
drive a coach crazy when that happens. Yeah, you get.
Yeah, but the play also didn't get executed too well.
It's a nice play call. Go ahead and run a jet sweep and then come back with a little reverse on it, and a nice play call, but it didn't. Yeah, they closed it up good, New York.
So they'll penalize 10 yards in the spot, and I believe they'll replay first down in that case.
And
Ball.
we don't know the quarterback, so I don't know if New Jersey, who's going against the wind now, has a quarterback that can throw the ball. I'm not sure.
Yeah, a little bit of a tough situation, but they do hand the ball up the middle for a little bit of positive yardage to about the 25-yard line. And that's the thing you got to remember. They're working things up, and there's just days where you just might be overmatched, but you just try and get whatever positive things you can. If you can get a score at the end of the game, you may not win the game, but hey, you end on a nice note.
Yeah, and it makes the kids feel a little bit better. You don't get a goose egg put up on you there, and you get you feel better that you did accomplish something out of the game, that you were a positive yardage or a score. Anything like that is always good.
All right, now that we have an official a timeout's been called, but the officials didn't signal as to who called the timeout. Might have been Jersey. That would be my guess, considering they may not have had the right personnel on the field for that particular situation. But in any case, I mean, I am impressed though on both sides. I mean, Jersey's done some nice things, but New York also has done some good things. But you have to keep in mind, it's all about execution at this particular point in time.
Yeah, you can see good football players on both sides of the ball, and again, when you have these type of games where the teams are club teams and they have their, they're getting uniforms that are all together, and then you get a chance to see their, you look at their helmets, and it's funny sometimes. I say, some of these teams, you'll see a group will have 4 or 5 helmets of the same color, same logo, whatever. So you know that the kids play together, and again, that can only help a club team when you've got guys that have played together during the course of a fall season.
And and the helmets are a lot more expensive than the uniforms, I would think, based upon
Yes.
specifications and everything like that. So the uniforms are the easy part.
Yep.
So I'm guessing they had to bring their own helmets for this particular case. But anyway, on second down, I don't know what that was. It looked like the pass kind of, I don't know if the quarterback just threw the ball and just left his hand a little bit early. He tried to fake it and just slipped.
I think he was trying to throw it to the tight end or the receiver that was lined up very tight to the line of scrimmage there. He was looking for a quick the receiver never turned around, and I thought we might get a penalty for, it looked like he got tackled, or he might have just tripped himself up, so he never saw the ball coming at him.
And it's possible. I mean, it may have just slipped out of his hands, just went forward, and just simply ruled an incomplete pass in this particular case. So it looks like it'll be third down as the wind is starting to pick up a little bit more here.
Oh, it is, yeah.
A windy Easter Saturday here in Atlantic City. And like I said, we have plenty more football games to go. We got a team in Brooklyn coming up. We have, hey, listen, we are very appreciative despite the circumstances we're dealing with.
Yeah, no, we listen. We make it happen. No matter what we got to do, we'll get that broadcast out to everybody.
That we always got to try. Now on third down, and they're gonna try with a handoff. They're actually actually what happened was it was a
that ball-
turnover, and New York had gotten it on the last possession. So, I mean, remember, we're broadcasting from the other 15-yard line, so it's
Yeah,
very
that's right.
hard to see.
So I'm going to assume that maybe that. Okay, you know what, Tom? I believe that they might have called that a fumble on that call. We thought it was like an incomplete pass. You were right. It might have slipped out of his hand and just hit the ground, and that's why that's why they picked it up, and that's why we had the timeout. I guess it was a change of possession, really. Because New York does have the ball.
Yep, and it'll be and speaking
wait a
of
minute,
fumbles,
wait a
and they
minute.
may have just given the ball right back.
Yeah,
No, they're signaling third down.
Okay.
They're signaling third down. I mean, sometimes trying to handle the ball can be a very like a delicate thing, and
Yeah.
you got to make sure you protect it at all costs and not use it like a hot potato, because then you basically have everyone going scrambling, and a lot of good, possibly bad things can happen
Yeah,
whenever that takes
And
place.
the colder weather, it makes makes that ball harder and makes it a tougher grip for the young guys.
So force I believe a second down. Here's 22 with it. He's going to go to his left, break a tackle, and get submarine down at about looks like the 5, maybe the 4-yard line.
And that's a lot better job tackling by Jersey, by going low and hitting him low, submarine him, diving down there like that. That's where you want to hit him below the waist and wrap and drive and take that guy down.
And they're actually going up tempo, which is a little surprising. Here's 22 again, and I think he got stopped about 1.5 yards short.
You know what? Was that fourth down or the?
No, they signaled third down.
Oh, okay.
Because on the first play, I believe he got first and goal.
Because I wonder if I think the ball came out actually, and then they're going to call. I want to see if they change or somebody called timeout. And it looked like the ball, 22 was going to have the ball, and then it looked like it. I thought I saw it hit the ground, but that's why I was wondering if maybe they had a change of possession. But the referee's still standing facing that way. So.
Maybe it was just a very slow developing play,
Yeah, it
which
was slow.
sometimes it's the case. And it's funny because you go surprisingly up tempo, and then you try and execute the play, and it's slower than the
Yeah.
actual up tempo. But I think there might be a timeout too.
Yeah, that's what I think happened. Yeah, that's why I thought when we had a change of possession. So the ref is staying on closer to our end of the field, so which means the New York still has the ball going towards that far end zone.
Well, sometimes you look for those little things that I usually don't catch, and you being around the game on the field and over the field, you obviously have a better sense as to what's going on, and that's why we look at these things so that way we can get things down in a more concise manner. So both teams are back on the field. Looks like it'll be third and goal from the 5-yard line. And like I said, even though New York is going to win this game, it's basically the experience.
Yeah.
And wins and losses don't matter in this particular case. Okay, it's nice to win, but remember, it's about the experience. It's about having fun. It's about basically enjoying and learning and then building for the next level.
No doubt about it.
All right, they're going to
Quarterback
do a
keeper.
little misdirection here, and a nice block and an easy score.
Yeah, quarterback keeper. They kind of rolled. They kind of faked the dive, and he kind of kept it, pulled it in, tucked it in, and right around the edge there.
And I think what happened too was the fact that they called the timeout right before the play.
Yeah,
And that's probably why it was designed so differently the way it was. Because you call the timeout, and then instead of running the other side and getting that 30-second snapshot, everyone's taking pictures.
I think the coach told him.
But let's not forget somebody else from the Jersey side got hurt on the play.
Yeah, the coach was telling them take a knee. Everybody. I mean, you can't help the New York kids. They're excited for winning this, but
But they
he told
didn't
them-
see what was going on 10 yards down the field.
That young man who's an outside corner back, he got blocked and
He
and
got
so-
blocked from the side and low, and he
Yep.
landed a little bit funny, and that's
Yep.
very unfortunate as to how it took place. Now, obviously, we don't have replays, but the way that came out, it looked like a good block, but
Yeah.
it also looked the landing was not good.
Yeah, now hitting the ground hard and rolling on a day when it's cold like this, Yeah, you can bruise up something pretty easily. I'm glad. It's nice to see that the ref was over there too, checking him out. And
Yeah, all the officials
okay.
are pretty much there, making sure that everything is good. I mean, and obviously, I mean, it was a nice play. It was a good call. I mean, obviously, they wanted to do